by saying you never know who's going to show up. So,
you don't.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
You reckon? Not yet.
You believe in Santa Claus still, don't you?
Of course I do.
Okay, that's the right answer.
Never grow up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome. Why don't you give the welcome to everybody this week? You start.
Thank you, David. On behalf of Canada and England, I say welcome to this week's show, broadcast from Sarnia in Ontario and Wiltshire in England. It's David Burrows and Stephen Healey talking about anything and everything. You're welcome to join us on camera. David sent out the broadcast. You can type guest in the comments and you get a guest link. So all is well with the world. Well, we'll soon find out. Hello, David.
Hello, Stephen. Great introduction. And we are proof that you can go live any time of day, right? Thanks to Fonz Chamberlain for proving that, actually.
It's just one of those things. I know. I just had a message from Fonz. Fonz, if you are watching, I shall reply after the show. But it was an excellent day. It was good to have you on there at a different time. And to take a tour around the radio station.
Yeah, well, it just so happened to work out that way, right? And I didn't get a chance to. I should tell you a behind-the-scenes story.
Yeah.
So I was working 3 hours in the morning. I had an hour break before I had to go back into the studio. And my program director and everybody that was on there, I said, like, to my program director, is it okay if I do this? I don't want to scare him. He's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then I went to the station manager and asked him, and I gave a few people heads up, and they were all like, they were radio people, right? They were like, oh, hey, how's it going? Da, da, da. They were all getting it.
Yeah.
And then after, they were all like, what the hell was that? Who were we waving at? I was like, oh, my friend Fonz did this thing. And they were like, that is so cool. Well, what was interesting was later that day, Max Major, who's the main host for K106.3's morning show, for I think it's probably their 4th year now.
Yep.
At our local mall, Black Friday weekend, they always set up in the mall. They have a local furniture store and a TV store, donate, and they set up this little living room type thing. And it's called Playing for Charity. And they lock themselves in the mall. The mall lets them be in there for 24 hours. And they go live for 24 hours playing video games on Twitch. And people from around the world donate to their cause. So it was just kind of cool that was going on with Fonz. And then later that day when I was done, I walked across the street from the station into the Lambton Mall where they were doing this other. So it's... it was cool.
Worked out well.
Yeah. We've got our friend in the lobby, RJ Redden, is joining us today. She's alive.
She's on holiday.
I haven't. She looks like she's on holiday. She's slumming it.
Hello. Slumming it with my favorite.
That's a fine introduction, isn't it? Hello, RJ.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Good to have you here. I wanted to bring you on for this because before we move forward, I have something interesting in regards to Fonz's 12-hour broadcast. That sometimes the laws of the universe send out these signals, and we catch them when we least expect it. So what I mean by that, of course, our friend Fonz Chamberlain did a 12-hour live broadcast to create awareness and raise money to fight bladder cancer. Yesterday, I was sitting in my living room watching YouTube videos on various things, and YouTube, suggests videos based on what you watch. I often try to confuse YouTube, but by watching many different topics. So I was watching an old episode of Happy Days with the Fonz, and it happened to be the episode with Styx Downey. And Styx Downey was the name of the character of an African-American drummer. And Richie Cunningham and the boys needed a drummer for their band for their luau party that they were having. They didn't have a drummer, so the Fonz finds this African-American drummer named Styx Downey. And they're all like, cool, yeah, he can play with us. That'd be great. So as it turns out, nobody's going to come to this party because of his color. And you have to remember the time that this was set in for Happy Days. And then they set him up with this girl who's African American, and so the whole story goes they're not going to come because of their color. It was a great episode. It went very well. As curious as I often am, when I see someone I recognize, I always wonder, I wonder if they're still around doing things. I'm going to check them out on Wikipedia. Sometimes it's a great way to find yourself an interview. Just saying. And as it turns out, and I'll pull this up now. Let's see. There we go. So his real name's John Bailey. And you see the picture there. I'm just going to go full screen here for a minute so everybody can see. So John Bailey is right there. John Anthony Bailey, born on June 4th, 1947. And he died in 1994 of bladder cancer.
Right.
So here I am. We're doing this thing to fight bladder cancer with our friend Fonz Chamberlain. I'm watching Happy Days with the Fonz, who brings in this guy named Styx Downey. I look him up. He died of bladder cancer. I just thought, I shared this with Fonz this morning, actually.
Yeah.
I told him about it. I just thought, woo, Twilight Zone.
He's one of those, isn't it?
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's my, there you go. RJ, how you keeping?
It is the day after a long weekend and the day before Megan and I fly out to Philadelphia for a week. And so I'm not working. I'm not working. I'm exploring new things. Why? That guy beside you is why. Stephen Healey this morning did a little broadcast, and so I just thought I need to look at this because so I pinged David this morning after your show, Stephen, because I knew you were going to be busy speaking about Twitch with Alfredo, and so I thought I would contact the master of all Twitch, David Burrows. And because I watch a lot of things on Twitch, and you keep saying to me that a show about bots would be great, and so I'm like, is that really my audience? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, would people like to see me building little demo bots? Is that something people would care to see? And if they would, I mean, like, I'm having trouble putting it all together, my friends. So I need some help and advice about, how, do I need to start doing this? Steven says yes already. And, and if so, how to get started. I've already hooked myself up with, hold please. I've already hooked up myself with Stream Elements. Because, go shopping for software, RJ. Go ahead. That's fine. The water's fine. So I don't know. I'm excited about it, but I don't want it to be a waste of my time. I want to go on. I want to go on with a purpose and do things.
Why do you think it'd be a waste of your time?
Would people really watch that?
Well, I mean, there's no way to know that answer. I mean, just do it. And if put it this way, if nobody's doing it, it's an opportunity. If somebody is doing it, it's an opportunity to collaborate. And if one other person is doing it, or if nobody is doing it, then you stand the opportunity to be the master of it on Twitch.
It's the greatest place to actually record something to repurpose, as we've discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go live on there to one audience, and that will build gradually. As more people come over from Facebook and the people from Twitch get involved as well. But straight away, you can download that video, upload it to Facebook as a premiere, and be there in the audience answering questions as people watch. Just a thought.
Well, so that leads me to one of my big questions is I every time I go to a different platform, I want to change things up a bit and offer something different. I do not want to, hop onto Twitch and do the same show that I did on Tuesday on Facebook.
You don't want to duplicate yourself.
Nah, because then
What's the point of that?
So what I was thinking of doing was building just little things. Because so here's an example for you. So I did an announcement for Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale inside my bot for the classes and bots for broadcasters and all of the things, right? And I want to show people how I did that to stay within the terms of service of Facebook and not spam people with another Cyber Monday ad, right? So I just did 2 videos, one wishing everybody happy holidays and saying that I had something going on and do they want to hear about it? If yes, press the button. If they said yes, video 2 with here are all my classes and here's where to find them and here's the links. So basically showing people how to build something like that if they have, a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going on. I'm nervous to start and I don't know why. I've been live streaming since.
So I guess, okay, what's your audience? So your audience typically is a Facebook audience because of the bots that you're talking about. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So while Twitch is still majority in the gaming world, and it will likely always be that way, it'll likely always be known originally for that.
Mm-hmm.
That side of it will continue to grow, but the other side, all the different categories, is really going to grow. So the opportunity is now because of the numbers. Are there people on Twitch that are on Facebook? Yeah. If you're talking with gamers on Twitch, that's not your audience. Because I when I do my show and I talk, Twitch talk, whatever we talk about happens to come up. Sometimes we just end up talking about food and being silly. A lot of them are gamers, and I say, "Oh, can you reach out to me on Facebook?" They're like, "Oh, Facebook, yeah, I haven't done that in a while," right? Because it's not their thing. Right. But they're on Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's an opportunity for an extension of your existing brand. And what I mean by that is you can adjust yourself a little bit from your existing brand. Like I do a weekly community show. That's mostly how I'm known on this side of the coin in my community. It's very local. My Facebook's very local. When I'm on Twitch, there's no tie. I'm a little looser lipped, like more laid back, hanging out, that sort of thing. It's a different side of my personality that viewers see. Do I have people from my Facebook following me on Twitch? A couple. But I have a good following on Twitch. So I've hit a whole new audience, but still kind of doing the same thing of what I do, which is a talk show, just in a different kind of format. But I can also end up getting serious on the show too, talking about serious things or community things or whatever. So,
so here's what here's what I'm inspired by. For me is yeah, definitely a talk show, but also listing myself as putting the creative tag on there, because there are people on Twitch right now building bots for Twitch, and they've got the creative tag on there. So it would be different. It would be a little bit different than the shows that I have right now, because in the shows that I have on Facebook, way back when I started the show, occasionally I would show step by step how to do something. Mm-hmm. And my viewership would tank. It was scary. I haven't done that in a long time on Facebook, because they do not want to watch that on Facebook. But mechanics behind the scenes, they totally want to watch that stuff on Twitch. How you build something, they totally want to watch that stuff on Twitch. So that would be either I would get on and review other people's bots, or build little parts to my own bots, and just get in there with some get in there with some mechanics and stuff like that, and talk about that. Because my Facebook show is entirely conceptual. I'm talking about bots. I'm talking about how to use them, who needs them, all of that kind of basically all the time, Yeah. With this, it would be, this is step by step how you would make, this is how you would, make a keyword run. This is how you would, all of that kind of stuff is what it would be. So I guess what I'm wondering is, I want to be purposeful about it and be excited and passionate, because it's another one of those things when you start a new live stream show, and everybody here knows this, and everybody watching probably knows too, that it's a labor of love for a long time.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to see any cash out of this, basically.
No. Yeah. I've got two points. One is, you can take your audience from Facebook with you. That's how you found me this morning. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can use broadcasting on Facebook to bring people over to a show on Twitch. I can give testament that actually works. If you broadcast before the show, then people will come and watch you, because they know who you are, and they know basically the sort of core subject. You're going to surprise them, but that's step one. Step two is, if you are going to talk about resolving practical problems and you're doing it on Twitch, what you're also doing is building content for, wait for it, a Udemy course.
No, damn.
Mr. Udemy.
Exactly so. Yeah. Exactly so. You take the video, you download it, you take out the clips, make them short and sweet, and you've got lectures to go in a Udemy course. What could be? That's a win-win, if ever there was a win-win.
Yeah. So resolving practical problems, reviewing other bots, reviewing other bot systems.
Yep.
Like, ManyChat's a system, and Chatfield's and Octane AI is a system. So reviewing, even bot blocks, right? There's out there in the land. So interesting. Okay, so that's a stream of content then that is a pretty good stream, and I could show what I'm doing, because that's what I'm wanting to do is, sometimes have me on the big screen, but also, show you click and this is what you do, and don't forget this. So okay, second question. No, it's really about the third or fourth by now, but who's counting?
Not me.
Is that going to cannibalize my brand? Is it, if I get on to Twitch and show people how to do stuff, why would they buy my classes? Why would they buy my services?
Right. Okay.
Well,
sorry, David,
go ahead, Steve. No, you go, buddy. You go.
Right. Why? There is a difference between taking an online class at the time you want and listening, and going and watching a live show where you can interact with the person who's actually running the show. Yeah, I don't think there's any dilution at all between having broadcasts on Facebook and broadcasts on Twitch. That's my 2 cents. David.
Well, Lynn wants to know if your Udemy bot course is available now.
Sure.
Right there. Yes, it is. So I'll throw in my 2 cents, but I'm just going to go back to Robert Stern is commenting. Hey, Robert, if you're still there, you know, he's saying in this day and age, I mean, you can't tell if it's worth your time until you actually do it, right? You know, I get nobody likes to. I get what he's saying, but I also get like nobody wants to do this and end up wasting your time. So you sort of ask yourself, well, what if this thing doesn't work? Well, I've always the guy that says, but what if it does? Right? What's it costing you to do it and your time and all that sort of stuff? So, and Kelly has said, you know, he watches stuff all the time. If he says, I watch stuff all the time, even if I will never use it just for educational purpose or to pass it on to someone that might. So a lot of times, yeah, it's not who you know, it's who somebody's watching that knows that will connect you to the next person that might need you, right? Oh, hey, I know this person, she does bots. I don't know how much you've watched of these types of I almost said performances, but live streams on Twitch where they're doing these creative things and and ultimately they're teaching. Painting's a really good example. There's a couple, and I'm not a painter, but there's a couple that I watch. They paint, and I think, wow, that's really cool. I wish I could do that. And then the next thing you know, it turned into, I wish I had an easel beside me here so I could kind of try this out. So I was pulling out a piece of paper and a pencil, and I was just playing along. I have no intention of being an artist, but I was playing along. And because I enjoyed their show and their presentation, guess what I did?
What did you do? You subscribed, or
I didn't necessarily subscribe, but I cheered them some bits.
Right.
So, it's not just always the bot audience. It's anybody that you're just, you know, I was attracted to. When I say, obviously, I don't mean physically. I'm just saying I was attracted to their show and how they were presenting and their personality and were they fun and. Hey, I'll go back another time, and I followed them. So the next time they go live, and I want to. So I don't think you're going to hurt your brand. I think you could create a new audience in addition to your existing brand.
Yeah.
I think maybe the barrier that you're running into mentally is I'm talking about a Facebook tool. So who's on Twitch that would be interested in that? Because they're on Twitch.
Well, I think that here's what I think, because I watch a lot of stuff on Twitch. I watch a lot of Dungeons and Dragons on Twitch, babies. And you know what? There are people of all shapes and sizes on Twitch. There, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of different. It isn't young kids between 18 and 24 who, you know, hang out in their mom's basements all the time. That is not the Twitch audience. It's not. Because I've been on Twitch for a year. I mean, I've been obsessed with watching shows on there for a year. So no, it's a whole lot of different kinds of people. What I'm, you know, my thoughts on this, I'm so glad I get to talk about this. And please shut me down when you have another guest or have a different thing to talk about, because I do not want to monopolize your time.
You're fine.
Okay. The other thing I'm thinking is, a ton of these artists have Patreon. Ton of them have, you know, Patreon stuff. And so I was thinking, well, you know, but of course, like getting in, because here's what I want to do. I do not want to get on there and kind of play around a little bit and see how things go, because that's not kind of the person I am. I want to get in, jumping in with both feet with a booster pack, you know, passionate about my subject and going gangbusters. You know, even if I got nobody watching for a long time, that's the kind of attitude. That's what I want to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm the wrong guy to talk to and ask about Patreon, because I've never been And maybe it's just because I haven't done much with it. I started a page, but then I thought, well, this is a lot of work, this Patreon page, to keep it updated and change things and make it accept all. If you were, my advice would be, if you're going to do Twitch, focus on Twitch. Don't worry about Patreon. Focus on Twitch. Now, I will say this, and I've said it to Stephen, and I'm not sure that Stephen actually agrees with me. I think he's politely nodding and going, "Oh yeah." When you go live on Twitch, to be effective, you need to go live for hours at a time. You need to go live for 3-4 hours at a time.
Okay.
To be effective. Yeah, see, he doesn't agree with me.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
If you're doing a talk show, yeah, you can do 1 hour talk show. But honestly, if you're doing the creative stuff, the successful ones that I see, whatever they're going live 3-4 hours at a time. Because audiences come in and out, and the majority of your views on Twitch come when you're live. Not after the fact.
Okay. This is good. This is a good differentiator.
I should rephrase that. Unless you're clipping, when you pick clips out of your broadcast, 30 seconds or a minute at a time, those will get views. But the whole 1 hour, 2 hour, if you do go live for 3-4 hours, people are not coming to watch that video for 3-4 hours. However, if you're clipping, and the way Twitch promotes you out there, there's many opportunities for somebody to click somewhere and it'll say, watch the full show, and they click on it, and then it takes them to another video. So it's one thing leads to another.
I think,
Stephen,
I think there are many answers, and I don't think anyone's the wrong answer. You just get the one that's right for you. The thought of broadcasting for 4 hours before Friday would have frightened the life out of me. But broadcasting for 12 has got rid of that. I've no problem at all. But the fact is that we use the audience that comes to watch us, and not in relation to gaming, is used to the fact that we broadcast for an hour. We're trained that the broadcast will last for around about an hour. So what I've been doing on Twitch, and it's not necessarily the right answer, it's just an answer, is I'm going live for 30.
You're so nice.
30 to 45 minutes. Now, doing that, I've got the broadcasting 15 days, so that's over the requirement of 7. I've got 11 hours, which is over the requirement of 8. I've got 43 followers out of the 50 I need. And annoyingly, you've got to have an average 3 viewers per each show. I have got 2.99.
So close.
So close. Last time it was 2.4, now it's 2.99. I think you can do it. You certainly qualify for affiliate by doing something like that. And then once you've got affiliate under your belt, you can then go off and experiment. Because once you've got affiliate, then you can start up a la Patreon, broadcasting purely and simply to subscribers, which is what Patreon is. It's people subscribing on a monthly basis. Once you've got affiliate on Twitch, then it's the same thing. People are subscribed on a monthly basis for premium content. So Patreon, this is integrated into Twitch. It's part of Twitch, as David said. So, the ability to earn money is there. I mean, if you can get, let's put a target on it. Say you get 50 subscribers, paying you $250 a month between them. Then every time you go live once a week, that's $60. That's the math. Yeah.
Well,
that's $60 for either half an hour or 4 hours, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, and it depends. It depends on what kind of thing will people respond to. And I realize I won't know that for a while. I'm going to have to do what everybody else does, which is throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. For me, I'm hoping that showing people how, step by step, here's how you build Here's how you build this. Here's how you build this. I'm hoping that will be, a successful, interesting, but I don't know that it will be. I mean, I may have to revert to talk show land.
As long as you guess what one of the most popular channels is on Twitch, not a gaming channel per se, but about a game, a physical game rather than a... Right, okay. Do either of you play chess?
Badly.
Right, I play badly too.
I know the 4-move checkmate, and it only ever
Right,
works
okay.
against somebody once.
One of the most popular channels on Twitch comes from the chess club, and it's grandmasters playing each other at chess with the two commentators, and that gets thousands of people watching live concurrently.
Yeah.
So with that as the sort of thing that people come and watch, then anything that actually moves has got to be a step up from that.
I don't think you'll do wrong going live on Twitch. I do get the concern of, if you're just going to do the exact same thing you're already doing on Facebook, why do it on Twitch? Well, the first answer to that is monetization. If you can get that same audience to come over, and it for me to do my community show over on Twitch, at least at this point, for me to stop doing it on Facebook and start doing the exact same thing on Twitch, I don't see that working for me, because my local audience has already been created and they know me on Facebook as the Facebook junkie guy or community guy or whatever they know me as, right? Yeah. However, we do this. So I do this show with Steven and I do my community show on Facebook. And I was streaming gaming and stuff on Facebook for a while, and I was getting good views with that.
Yeah.
I wasn't making any money. Anything new that I choose to add to streaming, I will do on Twitch. Anything moving, forward and beyond what I'm already doing on Facebook, I will start on Twitch. I do the Twitch talk show, and for the first couple weeks, it was 1 hour. And then now it's a 3, sometimes 4-hour talk show. I have guests that I sort of line up. It's kind of like I reach out to a bunch of people I know, and they come on if they can. I always usually try to have at least one that I know is going to pop on when I start, so I have someone to talk to. Then I've done them where I'm talking for half an hour by myself. And then my friends, when I say my friends, my Twitch friends who have started to follow me, they pop in. And especially with the BeLive format, I go, hey, you guys can join me. And a few of them are like, how do I do that? Like, what's your Discord? And I'm like, no, you don't need Discord. And then they join via it. That's another conversation. Next thing you know, like, I've stopped broadcasts after 3 hours, but probably could have kept going.
Ooh, okay.
That's a talk show. Now, out of that, I had subscribers from Germany, from all over the world, people that were subscribing to my channel that I don't even know, just because they liked what we were doing. And they liked my personality or the guest personality or the fun or the topic. Who knows why, right? You would never get that on Facebook.
No, you don't. I mean, on Facebook, you get people you already know in some way, and that's fine. But I mean, a big part of this is, I want to meet new people, get more eyeballs, and participate in new things. The way that I'm thinking about the show is definitely not a talk show focusing on concepts. We've already got this. But it's almost like, do you remember when you were in high school chemistry and there was the class and then there was a lab portion of the class? This would be the lab portion of what's going on with the main show. So it would be now we're going to put the nuts and bolts together. I'm going to show you how this works and explain what I'm doing, and, kind of do that kind of a thing. If that makes any sense. I want it to fit the platform that it's on. I absolutely need to make it different than my Tuesday, Thursday, because I mean, that's a great show, but twice a week is fine for that thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to do more for that. But showing people how things work, that seems to be. I think that might be a good way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Lynn's out there. Hello, Lynn. Nice to have you here, and our friend Kelly here. We should say hello as well. So Lynn says she's been interviewing authors. Would that be okay on Twitch? Absolutely. So whatever you do on Facebook, you can do on Twitch. And I think Twitch will enhance some of that. Simply, let's talk money, folks. At the end of the day, when you have been, I don't make any money off Facebook. I've never done a show where somebody comes on and says, let me give you some money. Right? That being said, indirectly I do, because people want to hire me to, do a speaking engagement or MC their show or do some video work or broadcast my thing or whatever. So the talk show is my chicken wing. Sell you the chicken wing at cost, so hopefully you buy the beer. That's and I love my community. Don't get me wrong, I do it out of love and passion for sure, right? But bring your audience. I mean, Lynn, I don't know how much of an audience you have. I think what scares people about coming into the Twitch world, people like yourself, RJ, or people like Steven or myself that have a large following, is, will my Facebook fans follow me over? Will they come over to the dark side, so to speak? It takes effort to do that, depending on what you're marketing. Go ahead, Steven.
Well, the first thing you have to do is to let people know you're actually going to go live.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then you can quite happily sit there and talk to yourself, and there's no problem in doing that. But it gets boring after a while. What you want to do is you want to invite people in. Now, it's like if we cast our minds back to when we're on Blab, or even before that, we started off with friends, and we invite friends personally to come and watch the show. The next stage is that, as mentioned earlier, if you've built up a following and you have them in your messenger bot, then you can send out a broadcast before the show, even though the show's on Twitch. It doesn't matter. You can send out a broadcast inviting people to join you on Twitch. And all I can say is it actually works. The next thing you can do, as David did, because he's now got over 300 people following him, is that you actually get involved. And you do that, as David will expand on in a moment, by going and watching other people's shows, saying hello, getting yourself known, and giving. We know that if you give, then eventually what you give will be returned to you, not necessarily by the person you gave to. And you just build up like that, slowly, David.
Yeah, well, and it's, like Lynn says, it's slowly building. Well, I don't think there's any quick way to reach affiliate. I have seen people do it in 3-4 days, but guess what they're doing?
3-4 hour broadcasts.
Right? Yeah. Longer.
Follow for follow.
And, well, there is that follow for follow, but I'm talking about real, like, seeing people get it in 3-4 days, not doing follow for follow. But follow for follow is I did it for the first couple of days, and then I went, what am I creating here? I'm just creating a number at the top. I'm not really creating any relationships. The follow for follow is simply, I'll follow you, you'll follow me, get my numbers up, and then you lurk. So what that means is you have a tabs open like you're watching somebody's channel, but you're not actually even really there. You just got a tab open at the top, so it counts as a view for them. So I can honestly say that the majority of my 349 followers is not follow for follow. It might have been a few in the first couple of days until I realized that, what am I doing here? Forget the number. Just do what you love, do it well, have fun. And your audience, if you build it, they will come. But you have to create relationships. And I truly believe that Twitch is even more of a community than Facebook.
Oh, it's very much so.
Way more community oriented. You have to spend time streaming on Twitch, but you have to spend time watching and participating in whatever it is you're interested in. When you're sitting there and you're watching somebody and the chat's going by, say hello. My opening line everywhere, any of you know me, is "Hello from Canada, eh?" And that catches people's attention. They go, "Oh," especially on Twitch. They go, "Oh, from Canada. Hey, whereabouts are you at?" "Oh, I'm in Sarnia, Ontario." "Oh, what do you do?" "Well, I'm a professional live streamer." "Oh, really? Wow." Blah, blah, blah. Right? Whatever. How's the weather? You have to say something in the chat, participate, create those relationships, just like you would sitting at a coffee shop and a stranger beside you sits down and you say hello. Next thing you know, it could be your new best friend.
All
Relationships.
Right. If you go over to Twitch and you search for Be Live Official, which is the name of the official BeLive.tv channel on Twitch, you can actually see who's following that channel.
Okay.
And obviously, as they're the service provider, they're actually going to have more followers than most. What you can then do is say, I know her, I know him, I know her, I know him, and you can go through and you can follow those people. But here's the key, as David just hinted at the moment. Don't just press the follow button and run off. There's a button next to it called Whisper, and you can just say hello or paraphrase what David said and basically get a conversation going with somebody you knew on Facebook and you want to now get to know on Twitch. And I would go to Be Live Official. You're quite welcome to come to my page. You're quite welcome to go to RJ's page. And if you go to David's page, you're going to meet hundreds of people who've never been on Facebook, but you will meet some who have. So look at other people's profiles, follow the people who you know, and send them a message.
That sounds good. I think I might try something here in a little while, probably noon. I'll probably try just a little tiny hello broadcast, little tiny something, just for fun, just to see, because I'm leaving for a week, and so I don't want to start a full court press and then leave town. You know what I mean?
That's a suggestion from Kelly.
Yeah. Wear your bot cape, RJ. You will get followers in minutes, maybe 50 and 30 days.
You guys, I got a new bot cape. It is magnificent. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay, yes. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Hey, look at that, Stephen. We didn't have to do anything today except invite RJ.
That's correct. Right, awesome. To everybody who's watching at the moment, we thank you as always. If you're not watching on the TVSN page, then if you click the link up above, you can join us on TVSN page, and you can we'll actually see your comments then. So if you've made a comment on another page, Live Video Hub, Be Live in 5, then we're not ignoring you, but we can't. I mean, are you ready, RJ?
Oh yeah. So
where's the theme music?
Exactly. Oh, I've got goggles too. Hold on. So the cape. I wore the cape. There we go. We're straight. Very good. So I wore the cape when I was speaking at a conference back in September. And ever since then, people want to see the cape. They request it sometimes. Erin Strayer made me this. She sewed it on a machine so that I might have a bigger and better cape with my logo on it. Just, the community is so beautiful here. I just got to say.
It's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, I think Kelly's right. You should wear the cape all the time.
Yeah.
And well, actually, seriously, if that's your, especially on Twitch. People on Twitch, they get more of that fun. I don't know, like maybe the gaming world, but like there's a lot of people. Dr. Disrespect is his name. He wears he wears a wig and glasses. For the longest time, nobody knew his real identity. But there's a lot of people that wear goofy things on their heads or whatever, and they're not just gamers. They're talk showers. They're whatever, and it's just part of their brand, right? I think if you go on Twitch, you should wear it every time. You should have your goggles and your cape.
All right. It's going to be done then.
Yeah.
Right.
David Burrows
put them over the eyes. I want to see what it looks like with them over the eyes.
It is like there are refractive rainbows in the lenses. So y'all just became gay for just a second. Wanted you to know. Now you're back to normal.
I friggin' love you, man.
I love you, David Burrows.
That's so friggin' awesome. Wow.
Right.
I would click on your, if you keep those Googles on like that, I would click on your channel just because I saw that and went, who is that?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
With the goggles on.
Well, likely with them off, too, because you probably don't want to wear them the whole time. But if you had those on, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You've convinced me. I'm going on in 14 minutes. It might only be for a few minutes, people, but I'm going on.
Right.
The other thing to help you grow your channel too, and I think it really hasn't been talked about a lot, is clips. So when you can create clips. They can be 1 minute, but when you click on the clip button when you're watching somebody, it gives you the previous 60 seconds. You don't necessarily want to do the whole 60 seconds. You want to trim it down to the part, and it allows you to do this. Maybe we'll do a show on this sometime. Trim it down to like 10 seconds of the important part, or 20 seconds, whatever that is. But when you're broadcasting live and you're talking to your audience, ask them to clip this. This was a funny moment or a good moment. Please clip this. It's another way to get your followers or your people in your chat to engage with you. Twitch is a really different world compared to Facebook. And how people interact with you. Yes, they can type hello in the chat, and they can do that in comments here, but they can engage with making suggestions, doing the clips. If they subscribe, they get to use certain emotes in the chat.
Yeah.
Consider making people that once there's a relationship, a moderator in your chat. It doesn't just give them some responsibility. It gives them a purpose for coming to your channel as well. And they're often quite honored to, I'm a moderator of this person that I follow and admire and look up to. I'm a moderator in their channel. Right? So all that engagement stuff is, I think it's really just more powerful in the Twitch world than Facebook.
Yeah.
Fonz is there saying, hey.
Yeah. Hello. Hey, Fonz. There just seems to be a lighter atmosphere over on Twitch. Irreverent is a good word.
Well, I have to look that up. Darn.
I know you are. Sorry. No, you don't.
Fonz, we were talking about you earlier at the start of the show. I told the story about Sticks Downy that I sent you there. So we're spreading the word about. We're still spreading the word about bladder cancer.
Yeah.
But Twitch is definitely. It's a strong community. It's a very engaging community. And if you're and especially now with BeLive being able to go live on Twitch using the BeLive platform, and there are some really super cool things coming with that, folks. Like, right, Stephen?
Indeed, it's the best place to be in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Look at RJ. She's like, what does he know?
What does he know? Also wondering, when is Twitch for broadcasters on Udemy coming out? Is that?
It's basically David and I are watching everything at the moment and taking copious notes. I've got a menu with 75 items on it, which is building towards the course. But there is a situation. We just got the first iteration of BeLive to Twitch, and if we did the course now, then as soon as we'd finished, it would be out of date. So we're being patient, with some difficulty in Canada. We're being patient and actually trying to get to the stage. We get the second release done, and we should see more of what it's going to be about. David?
Yes. What he really meant was David hasn't done a couple of things that Steven's asked him to do yet. That's what he meant by little things hold up in Canada. Yeah,
no. I would never do that. What I'm saying honestly is that we've got to wait for BeLive to put the next version out.
Yes, that's true too. So yeah, we are working on it. It's timing's everything. like Steven said, we could put something out right now that would probably change. So I'm live every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern on Twitch. I didn't last night for different reasons. I'm kind of reevaluating a few things. I may actually change the name. Maybe get an opinion here. But right now, Twitch Talk is kind of what it says. We talk about anything going on Twitch, whether it's gaming or talk shows or whatever. I'm thinking of changing the name, actually, just to give it a little more wide variety of topics. But I'm happy to talk now about Twitch. And what do you want to know? Like, I mean, if it doesn't, I'm not going to give you 5 hours of my time, but I might if I'm going live for 3-4 hours at a time. Just saying.
Talking of which, David and I are live on Twitch tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, live on Twitch on David's channel, and anything can happen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's a different one, right? Because we talk about it a lot. It's called A Conversation with Humor. That's our show. So we try to have fun like we do here right now. And we welcome anybody to join us on that. And we're just having a good time. So yes, it's coming, but timing is everything.
Yeah.
Yep. It sure is. It sure is. Right. So you've got your beautiful cape, you've got your goggles, and you're going live in 7 minutes.
Yeah, I better do some prep for that.
So what's your channel?
Black Belt Bots, baby.
Black Belt Bots, baby.
Well,
That's
no.
Interesting.
No, just Black Belt Bots. Whoop, right there. Chop it off.
I almost was going to type in Black Belt Bots, baby. But
Yeah.
Black Belt Bots. Black Belt Bots, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Look, I did it. Black Belt Bots, baby. Okay, I'm just kidding, folks. I'm going to change that right now.
It's going to be a great day. You guys are awesome.
There it is.
Yay!
Go to twitch.tv/Black Belt Bots. See our friend RJ coming up in a few moments.
All right.
And I'm going to try to check out somebody. I got some show prep to do as well, too. RJ, thanks so much for joining us. And I love the goggles, man. I think I like the goggles and the cape together, but if I had to choose one or the other, it'd be the goggles.
Enjoy your holiday.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. And I'll see you guys. Well, maybe I'll see you over on Twitch, but I'll certainly see you when I come back next week.
Awesome. Take care.
Thank you.
RJ's awesome.
Indeed. Totally. Quite enjoyed putting the Udemy course together because that was fun. We had fun actually going live on Twitch and recording and using the recordings in the course. Yeah. And that was the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to get 2 people on screen and a high quality recording, and Udemy accepted it. So we can now use it whenever we need to appear 2 up or 3 up or 4 up.
You did that on Twitch using BeLive?
Yep. BeLive to Twitch and then download the recording and edit it, and then each 3 to 5 minute segment became a lecture on Udemy.
Yeah, and you had nice HD quality video.
Oh yeah. You couldn't do it on Facebook. There's not a. Sorry, I was going to say something else. Then there is no way that Facebook video is good enough for Udemy. They would just turn around and say 640 by 480. No, go away. We want 1080 by 720, and that's quite right, because if you're actually paying to watch a course, you expect to have quality video and quality sound, and I can't gainsay that at all. And
I would think someone would expect that. Yeah.
BeLive Twitch just fits the bill. It's the ticket. It's the one to use.
So so will you ever do a broadcast longer than an hour, Stephen?
On Twitch?
Yeah.
I might do. I'm just concentrating at the moment, keeping a tight control and getting. I mean, I'm just looking now, and it's saying, annoyingly, it's saying achievements. Okay, I'm just going to go through them. Path to affiliate, 43 followers out of 50. Stream for 8 hours, done 10 hours. Stream on 7 different days. I've done 18. That's okay. Average of 3 viewers per hour streamed. I'm on 2.99. Next time we talk, this time next week, David, I'm hoping to be able to say that. Well, I'm hoping to be able to say that I've got 50 followers and I'm over 3 hours. So,
well,
that's my target.
What's cool about it is that as soon as you hit affiliate, you instantly get notified. It doesn't take an application process or whatever. Twitch automatically, and you'll be, if you're live, you'll get a message that says, "Hey, you just hit affiliate," blah blah blah, and you'll be like, "Ah, yay!" It's exciting.
Well, I'm hoping to celebrate either on Wednesday when I'm live with Fonz or on Thursday when I'm live with Cheryl. So,
if you skip dinner tonight and go live for 4 hours, you'll hit affiliate tonight. He's like, I'm not doing it, David.
No, I couldn't. You, as you said yourself, if you're going to do it, then you need to have something set up. You need to have somebody come on with you straight away to actually start things off. Then once you've got going, then you can possibly run for 4 hours. But I think if I went solo and tried to do 4 hours, I could do it, but it wouldn't be fun. And the broadcasting should be exciting and fun. So that's my excuse, which I think is a reasonable one.
I don't know. I could see you with a painting easel beside you there and painting.
I can see the easel. I can see the paint. There's only one problem, though. I can't paint. I could get the chessboard out.
I was going to say, why don't you get the chessboard out and put a camera on there, and then and I'll play you a game of chess. That might be boring because you'd win every time, but.
Well, we need to go to chessclub.com and we can set up the virtual board and then screen share, and then, yes, people could watch us playing chess. That's not a bad idea for a show.
I'm in.
Right, okay.
What is that? Chessclub.com?
Chessclub.com.
I sense a new idea of brewing. Chessclub.com.
Yep.
Okay.
The largest chess website on the planet.
Wow.
Free to join.
So where do I go now to make my virtual board?
Well, you first of all, you've got to sign up.
Oh, can't just click on play now?
No. Or you can. You get somebody very polite saying what you should do next.
Play for free.
Yep. Amazingly, I actually paid 6 months subscription today because it's Cyber Monday, and they've got a 20% off deal. So I thought, right, okay, now's the time to do it. So we can have a chess game as we're actually live tomorrow. You just need to sign up between now and then. So we could have the chessboard on one side and we can be talking about chess. Well, we could talk about anything whilst we're actually playing chess. And Kelly, if you want to see two people who are, well, I'm rusty at chess. My chess is from my school days. So it's going to be interesting. But we do know how the pieces move, which David's proving at the moment. Yay! Well done. Well, almost. That's no wonder it's gone off screen. Right. Okay. So we'll have a chessboard tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So I just I have to sign up, but is it free to sign up? Like I don't have to.
Yeah. Free to sign up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
that will allow you to play up as well. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, if you sign up for free, I'll send you an invite to a game.
Oh boy.
Which we can start as soon as we go live tomorrow, and we can have the chessboard on screen. You and I can compete on the screen as well.
We're not going to play speed chess, right?
Oh no! It's going to take 4 hours, David.
Hey, I'm in. I'm in. I gotcha. I'm in.
The show ends when the game ends. There's an interesting concept. The show ends when the game ends. I don't mind because I'm free
It's
until.
asking me. Sorry, as I'm trying to sign up. Is this account for a player under 13? Yes.
No, it's not. No.
Yes.
No. Are you? It will also ask you if you're a robot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've started the process, so
Okay, brilliant.
I'll get on that.
Okay.
Look at that. An hour and a minute has gone by.
Indeed.
And we could probably go on for hours.
Another 3 hours, definitely, yeah. But I did the intro, David. So honestly, the outro is yours.
Oh, hey, we just love it when you folks come around, and our friend RJ, we love it when you join us on. We love it when anybody joins us here on camera, but we really appreciate you joining us in the chat as well. I'll be live later today on my Facebook on the show with David Burrows. I've got 3 great guests going to be joining me. That's at 3:30 Eastern. I'll be live tonight on Twitch, Father versus Son. Boy, you want to talk about funny. I'm getting my butt kicked. So thanks, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 10 in the comments below. If you didn't like the show, do nothing but come back and give us another chance next week. Thanks for being here, everybody. Stephen,
okay,
you get to wrap it up.
Okay, to everybody who's watched, as David said, thank you. We look forward to seeing you again next week. If you like chess, or if you just want to smile, join us at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow when David and I will play our first ever live game of chess on Twitch, on David's channel, and see you all again soon.
Come and watch me get my butt kicked. Bye.
I'm going to go and practice now.
Whoopsie, we're still here.